Which one of these is the real Tom Cruise? I'll give you a moment. Done? Good. The answer is they're both fake. They're deepfakes created with the help of Metaphysic AI, a London-based AI company that focuses on creating specialized AI for the entertainment industry. You might have already seen their work, and if you haven't, you will. Miles Fisher, the real-life model for the fake Tom Cruise, does bear a preternatural resemblance to the actor. It's seriously uncanny. I mean, come on, look at these two. But it doesn't change the fact that he's not Tom Cruise. Now, celebrity impersonators have a rich, deep, and storied history, but this goes beyond regular impersonation. Fisher wrote a great piece for The Hollywood Reporter entitled How I Became the Fake Tom Cruise. His first experience with the deepfaked version of himself as Tom Cruise was based off of a video he did parodying Tom Cruise announcing a presidential bid for the 2020 election. Chris Umi, a Belgian VFX artist and co-founder of Metaphysic AI, used it as the basis for a deepfaked version of the parody. The resemblance is uncanny if you view them separately, but side by side, or one right after another, uncanny turns into uncanny valley, or the feeling of something not quite real, approaching realness and being a bit off-putting. Fisher started up at Deep Tom Cruise on TikTok in 2021 and quickly amassed a large following. Metaphysic, the company behind the tech side of it, is just as impressive. It was created in part thanks to the Tom Cruise deepfakes. Miles Fisher is listed as a co-founder at the company. The goal of the software is simple enough. Enable hyper-real generative AI content creation, and if this is anything to go by, they've gotten closer than anyone else to that goal. They used their software to enable an Elvis performance on America's Got Talent, along with judges Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, and Heidi Klum. Everything was done real time, and the results were phenomenal. A lot of different technologies needed to come together to make this look real. Pay attention to how well the voice matches up with the mouth movement. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, yeah. Crashing all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, yeah. Crashing all the time. It's something that's been tricky to get right with other deepfaked videos and audio, but Metaphysic was able to nail it in real time. They need to remain consistent across frames, otherwise it breaks the effect, and you know it's artificial. People's faces move, and the software needs to keep up with that. Metaphysics does. The software is already being used in movies. Robert Zemeckis will be using Metaphysics software in Here, to be released in 2024, to de-age Tom Hanks and Robin Wright. How will this change the relationship between studios and actors? I can see this going a couple of ways, though it's too early to tell which is more likely or even obvious. One is that it could destroy the relationship entirely. If you don't need to pay in-demand actors millions, would you? Probably not. But that opens studios up to lawsuits, which could be more expensive. People also might not want to watch the movie if all they're getting is a facsimile of their favorite actor. So another way that could please both sides is the actor signs on to work for a few days. Most of that work might just be getting footage from all sides in different costumes for the role. Then the actual performance is done by somebody that resembles them, with the person replaced with a deepfake version of the actor. This has its own drawbacks. The relationship between the double and the actor, the difference in pay, who does press, etc. But it could allow one actor to do a lot more roles than they otherwise could, and might even create more opportunity for new actors. But it's an open question for now. This is different from, for lack of a better word, metahumans, which are essentially AI-generated avatars. There, you might composite thousands of different faces to come up with one that doesn't exist, or at least one that we can't immediately place. It's different with deepfakes, where the goal is to get as close to an existing person as possible. Common targets would be world leaders, celebrities, religious figures, and more. Their likeness is well known and easily accessible, which makes it easier, and at a single glance, the fake thing looks surreally real.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real.
It's an exciting technology, and is something we'll see a lot more of in the coming years, but it does make sense to worry about how it'll be used. Metaphysic is in favor of a watermarking system that labels deepfakes as such, which is a good idea, but regulation will need to come from outside the industry too, in order to avoid regulatory capture. In an interview with The Verge, Fisher said that people shouldn't worry about one-click fakes, and that it takes weeks of work and a top impersonator to make the clips. With technology, any definite statement is obviated moments later. You can safely append yet at the end of every sentence to make it more true. He should have said people shouldn't worry yet.